This? Why are the cops clamping down on these protesters? Put in the comments below and please let me know.
Genuine ostrich. 3 payments. Oh!
I'm genuinely confused because we had an entire summer of these same protesters destroying our entire communities, and they were just kind of, you know what, you do you, boo. But they're clamping down on these kids right now. And it seems like these cops are very excited. And then Republicans are going on their anti-free speech raid. Greg Abbott says, arrests have been made now and will continue until the crowd disperses. These protesters belong in jail. Why do protesters belong in jail, Greg Abbott? What about them belongs in jail? I thought you were for freedom of speech. I thought we encourage that in America. We encourage protests. You know, if you don't agree with something going on in the government, you don't agree, you know, funding foreign wars or whatever, you can protest, right? He goes on to say, anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in Texas, period. Anti-Semitism? Is that hate speech? Are we going after hate speech now? Is that what Republicans are?
I'm speechless, so I don't know what to say.
God. I was waiting for this to finally, you know, this was the Republicans I knew from the 90s. It's like, we're finally coming all the way around. First it was the libtards that were policing our speech. Now the conservatards are coming out like, hey, you're not allowed to say that because that's anti-Semitic. How's that anti-Semitic? You're not for Zionism. Students joining hate-filled anti-Semitic protests at any college campus or university in Texas should be expelled. And then I was thinking, are Republicans going to go full "this is Nazi Germany" vibe?
Yeah, man.
No way.
Yeah, man.
No way. No way I'm going to wake up this morning and see Republicans go full, this is basically World War II all over again. We're all screwed. The Nazis are rising up.
Yeah, man.
And that's exactly what happened. Because I was watching Glen Beck this morning and... okay, listen.
Yesterday,
so intense.
Our college campuses
everywhere
were on fire.
Your emotional reactions are preventing you from accurately judging how unlikely that is to be true.
College campuses are on fire. Don't see any fire in that video.
New York.
That black dude got so excited. I love that.
Being backed up into corners. Some people being arrested. Strangely, not in Texas. A&M was almost a war zone.
A war zone?
The governor comes out and says we will not tolerate anti-Semitism. But the world is tolerating anti-Semitism.
We will not tolerate hate speech
and
here.
Most of these college students really have no idea what they're even protesting.
I did this video earlier. You stole it from me.
What would you say is the main goal with tonight's protest?
I think the goal is just showing our support for Palestine and demanding that NYU stop. I honestly don't know all what NYU's doing.
Is there something that NYU's doing?
Do you hear this music? It's so intense.
About what? About Israel. Why are we protesting here?
Why are we even protesting?
Yeah, they're dumb college kids.
This has happened before. Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday.
What's happening on America's college campuses is horrific. Anti-Semitic mobs have taken over leading universities. They call for the annihilation of Israel. They attack Jewish students. They attack Jewish faculty.
There are factions of that. That's true.
What happened in German universities in the 1930s?
It's not only reminiscent of what happened in Germany in the 1930s. It happened here in America.
What?
It was February 20th, 1939. Hitler was building his 6th concentration camp. He was about to go into Poland. And on the streets of Manhattan, Americans gathered to salute the flag at Madison Square Garden.
I pledge undivided allegiance to the flag of the United States of
I'm freaking
America
crying.
and the republic for which it stands,
One nation, under God.
with liberty and justice for all.
Speaker after speaker came and stood in front of giant portraits of George Washington with the Nazi symbol.
Fellow Americans, American patriots.
I can't do it anymore. I just can't. Like, you know, we're doing the it's, you know, with the left, they like to make it become like this really over the top thing, and they make it seem like an emergency needs to happen, and therefore, because of emergency is happening, we have to become the bad guy. We have to go above and beyond and actually stomp out these people. And that's what's exactly what is happening in these videos that Republicans are going to be doing. And you're going to be seeing this on Fox News the entire time. They're going to be talking about Nazi Germany. They're going to be talking about World War II. I've been watching these protest videos, and I am seeing step dancing, stupid art installations, and the kids just sitting in. I have not seen violence until the police showed up. To be honest, show me in a different video, because I would love to have my mind changed. And God, I hope conservatives and people on the right call this out, because this is so stupid. Do not become the left. Don't become the woke left, where we're just going around policing these kids for, you know, having wrong speech or having wrong thought processes. This is not the right that I want to see come out this year. I want the right to be the anti-establishment group. That's the right I want. That's the populist. That's like the pro-America, America first. That's the right that I want to see rise up during this whole summer as we are heading into election year. But no, this is what we're doing. This is the Republican Party I'm very familiar with. You know, there's actual real problems going on in the world. There are real problems in America. And now our whole and main focus now is going to be stomping out these anti-Semitic protests. Yes, there's anti-Semitism in these kids. Yes, I've heard it out of their mouth. But are they Nazis? They're dumb kids. They don't even know what they're protesting about. How are they getting violent? I haven't seen violence yet. I feel like the right, Abbott, this tweet is just disgusting in my eyes, is provoking them to become violent. I'm starting to wonder, because you have to ask yourself, why are the cops coming in so hot on these kids? Like, why? Is it because of the entire summer where they destroyed entire communities? Or are they saying the one wrong thing you're not allowed to say? It's stuff like this that almost turned me into a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? It's like I fight it all the time. I fight like these wild conspiracy theories that I read about Jews and Israel. I fight them as much as I can. But it's interesting when, you know, people start protesting about Israel, that all of a sudden these cops come out of nowhere and just stomp these kids out. Like, it's just weird. And I'm still trying to work this out. I don't want to like jump into like, oh, you know, Israel's like bought by United States. Like, I don't want to jump into that, but there's things aren't adding up. And coming out with a tweet like this, when you know there are bigger things going on in Texas than this, you know, a bunch of dumb college kids sitting in, doing a protest. That's what college kids do. That's what college kids do. You know, when we were all that age in our early 20s, we were all kind of like just stupid. We were just kind of all dumb, you know? We all thought we were know-it-alls. We all took our first philosophy class, and we were just like, oh, whoa, that's how you think through issues? Like, what am I? What's an existential crisis? That's a new term for me. You mean I'm allowed to question mom and dad now? Let me know your thoughts on this, please. I don't like how this is adding up quickly. I hope that this doesn't escalate things, because it certainly seems like they're trying to make it become that way. You know, I saw somebody's tweet the other day. It was like, this is certainly starting to feel like Kent State kind of stuff. And I wonder, and if we're using on the right the excuse of Nazism or anti-Semitism as a reason to actually stomp these kids' freedom of speech out, God, I hate. Don't make me vote for RFK. don't make me become an independent, because I will. No, I'm not going to vote for him. But this is the Republican response. Come on. All right, have a wonderful day, and remember the GDP growth slowed down. So the economy is finally doing its thing and going in the tank, and this is what we're concerned about. Okay, have a great day. Like, share, subscribe if you don't mind.
Means that
What's up, Queen? How you doing? Hope you guys enjoyed my little ditty this morning. There's so much going on in the news. I haven't been live in a while, and I just want to give an update on that too, as well as if you're made it this far in the video. I will be going live again starting at 11 p.m. Eastern. Had some family issues, had some big things going on in my life, so I had to take a break and just create these videos. But I have missed going live with you guys, so look out for those live videos. Hopefully it'll be more of community building, hanging out kind of stuff. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I don't know if you've seen this, which I just love to see. Right now, we have Harvey Weinstein. Harvey freaking Weinstein. His rape and a sexual assault conviction in New York are overturned, as appeals court rules judge unfairly allowed women to testify who were not part of the case. The irony between Harvey Weinstein and Donald Trump is just insane. These leftists allow Harvey Weinstein to run amok and do his own thing, while they scream from the rooftops that Donald Trump is this evil, evil individual. And it's just, the irony is just amazing. It's amazing the things that they allow to happen, and then what things that they don't allow to happen, isn't it? I feel like I need to do a little bit more research into why this got overturned, because I just think that's absolutely insane. I think this is one of my favorite as well. This right here. Megan Rapinoe urges NCAA to not ban trans athletes from women's sports. Oh, now that Megan Rapinoe is out of sports and retired from soccer, now it's the time to let men play women's sports. Female athletes from all sports signed onto Athlete Alley's ladder. Former U.S. soccer star Megan Rapinoe, again, she's mediocre at best. Let me move this over. And WNBA legend Sue Bird were among the current and former athletes who signed Athlete Alley's letter to the NCAA, urging that the organization to forego enacting a policy that would bar trans athletes from competing in women's sports. The letter from the LGBTQA Plus advocacy group came after more than a dozen House Republican lawmakers urged NCAA Charlie Baker to ban transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. It's always like after these people like retire, after they're all done, they got to figure out their new grift, because they can't just continue to be athletes. Their new grift is to be policymakers and lawmakers to push women out of their own sports, because they have to be the greatest women of all time. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to go down as the greatest woman of all time. Now that men are allowed to play in our sports, I'm just waiting for the day for us to just make it one sport. And then women finally realizing they made a huge mistake, because men will just dominate the field. And there'll be like maybe one or two girls. And then there'll be like rules that like we have to have one girl per team. It'll be like, when you are doing pickup games or you're playing in a church league or something. It's like, you're required to have one girl on your team, bro. That's what I feel like sports are going to come down to. We're just all going to be on one team. So we have Harvey Weinstein case being opened up, and then we have Megan Rapinoe. And I always like to find out in the morning, like, what is MSNBC talking about? Are they talking about Trump? Are they talking about the protests going around in colleges? What are they talking about? Of course they're talking about Trump. I joined the SCOTUS case and the Trump immunity because I know what can happen if it's granted. They're freaking out about this whole SCOTUS hearing about the immunity case, which I'm sure he will be seen as allowed to have immunity because, he's like the president or whatever. And then TikTok ban, which is not a ban. They're just diverse. We're so worried about freedom of speech while the economy is not doing well. I wish our politicians actually cared about the real issues, don't you? Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I have more videos coming out later, and look out for the live stream and come hang out and say hello. I haven't been live in a long time, so if you stop by, I'll be really appreciative. Have a wonderful